Hello friends, it's Armstrong here from Other Miniatures, and today I would like to talk a little bit about the gangs of Necromunda, especially about my favorite gang, which is Goliath. Give me a second, I'm just gonna grab a box to show what I'm talking about. Yeah, so those are Goliaths, if you don't know. Yeah, they are the poster boys of the Necromunda, next with the poster girls, which are Ashers, but Ashers are neither here nor there. But basically Goliath was always my favorite gang. I actually used to collect them in the first edition of the Necromunda. Unfortunately, I have to sell the miniatures while I was moving over to Ireland, so I don't have them. I still have some old style Goliath, from like the first edition, the starter box, so I have some of those around. But let me just show you what I have got recently, well, not that recently, collected through the couple of years for my Goliaths, and what I'm gonna do next with them. I have to warn you, paint jobs are not finished, so we're still gonna have to wait for that to happen. Yeah, but let me just flick the camera, we're gonna look at the table and see what I have in here. Alright, so let's start from one of the biggest models that I have for my Goliaths. Not the biggest one though. This gonna, after I finish painting, I still have a lot of painting to do on this one. This is gonna be my Forge Master, gang leader, whatever you want to call him, Armstrong, obviously. Yeah, he is riding a looted Adeptus Mechanicus spider. Yeah, so we have in here the Adeptus Mechanicus logo. My gang color is red and yellow. I don't have much yellow on this one just yet, so hopefully we're gonna get some yellow on this. But you can see that I just converted regular ganger into sitting on this big chair. That is, the spider is 3D printed, the rest of the model is scratch built. So the entire chair on the top, this backbone, this in here, the servitor and everything is scratch built. So yeah, and the base is as well custom made by me. It's gonna look much better after painting. So that's Armstrong for you, my gang leader. And I will just grab the miniature that he's actually made out from, because I have exactly the miniature that he was made out of. And I was showing this in Shadow and Sun show lately. So that was the gangster that I made the Armstrong from. Yeah, it's the same mini. What I did, I gave him a bigger mohawk, and of course I did have to cut him and convert a little bit of pieces, but this is that pose basically. Yeah, so it is this, the copy of this mini. This mini is stock, there is no conversions on this, just the paint job somewhat decent. He is very clean for a Goliath. Yeah, but I lately kind of enjoy this 80s style of painting. I still have to work on it a little bit, do a little bit of yellow stripes on him, but he's almost done. Then we have Snapper. Yeah, I already showed Snapper in one of the previous videos. He is still not done. I still have to do the yellow stripes on his sword, but he is one of my Juvies, and he lost both of his arms in the combat. So he has one mechanical arm and the other one is mechanical as well with a pistol. Yeah, and my idea is this, that Snapper is actually a maker for my gang. So this is his drone, which I showed again before. Yeah, it's gonna be accompanying him in the combat. Now, let's look at more stock minis. So this one is one of my other stock minis. He is again almost finished, just a couple of details that have to be touched up and he's gonna be done. I need to add more metallics because I just painted him black, dry brush him and then apply the other layers, and I completely forgot about metallics. So only metallics are on the hammer, and I'm gonna have to kind of fill them in and put the little wiring, and in here I'm gonna have to edge, highlight all of that. It's gonna be a lot of work, but thanks God I have the magnifying glass, so it's gonna help me. And who's gonna be next? This is a stock mini. So again, this is next stock ganger. You can see that I'm following the same routine. I'm painting the trousers in one color, then I'm using the red stripe. Whenever I have red trousers, I'm gonna have to choose a different color. Yeah, but you know, generally this is pretty much the same routine. Only sometimes when I do the gauntlets, yeah, you're gonna have one or the other part of the gauntlet painted. Yeah, so they may look a little bit weird from time to time, but yeah, this one still have to have a headgear done, you know, all of the grenades and little things that are in gray. Yeah, and I know that I'm constantly moving away, and his name is King, because that's the nameplate that I have. And this is a next stock mini that I even didn't paint, it's still gray. He's exactly the same as King, I'm gonna have to convert him, yeah? So this one will come soon enough to be converted. Then this boy is stock as well, yeah, his name is Spike, because of the spiky head. And again, he's only I only started painting him, I only put the metallics, color block the trousers and the shoulders. I'm gonna have to, you know, get the reds and maybe yellows into him. Yeah, but you know, he's coming along slowly. I actually really like that big wrench. I think that I'm gonna use that for one of my mechanics later on. And then we have no, let's go back to the stock minis. Still stock minis, yeah. So this one is one of my forge fiends. Yeah, he is the big boy, and I make him with two choppas. Yeah, just, you know, kind of a extremely melee build. Again, only like I only get so far, you know, blocked out the metallics and trousers and the chest piece. Well, I'm gonna have to work on him some more, but if I finish them, they're gonna do my quota for the January with painting. So yeah. Next mini, this one is somewhat stock as well. He don't have the stock head, and I gave him a Space Marine head as a trophy, maybe, you know, spare helmet. You know, I still have to do the linings in here, do a little bit of color blocking, but you know, I was like, this arm just looked so ridiculous, you know, pointing this way, but I have to make him, you know, look in the different direction, because otherwise, if he was looking in that direction that the pistol is pointed, he would be just looking extremely goofy. Yeah, so it is next one of those, you know, big guys, well, big-ish. I don't have name for him just yet, it will come. Stock minis, keep on going with the stock minis. So this one is next of the Forge Fiend. I have to change his base. You can see color blocking in here is barely even started. I started actually painting him as the first one of my Goliath from this new generation, and he just got the chest piece painted, and then he was laying in the box for months, actually years. Now I pick him up, you know, his trousers are done. He is dual wielding the, I don't know, they are probably some sort of bolters. Yeah, but he's a nice mini. Let me just see if I have some more stock minis. He is a stock mini. So this is one of the Forge Fiends. Yeah, his name is Rook because he's a newbie, and he's carrying the circular saw with extra blades. And this is actually a squad backpack because I didn't have a backpack to stock on him, so I just stock extra squad backpack. And generally, you know, he's a easy conversion, again, still far away from being finished. Do I have more stock minis? This is next of the Forged Fiends. Yeah, again, those small ones. So he's, I don't even know what this is, a spike gun or something, yeah? Or maybe it is arc welder or whatever they want to call it. He's running with one, like the previous one, just a little bit straighter because that guy is watching the ground, yeah, when he runs. Yeah, this one is actually looking into different directions. I found like this spare rack for his backpack, so I'm gonna probably put some backpack on him later on, but he's just a stock mini. This one is almost stock, yeah. As I was saying, this one is almost stock. The only difference in this one is a mechanical leg from the Necrons. I usually have a couple of Necron bodies lying around, you know, just to use for the mechanical, so you know, this one kind of fits. And this one is purely stock, and so this is, I think, Eviscerator or whatever they call that weapon. it is unwieldy, so he doesn't have any shooty weapon. He is again pure melee build. Well, I still have to fight the base for him, but other than that, he's okay. And now let's go to the serious conversions. So this boy is built out of the what do you call them now? The new Stormcast Eternals. This one was the from the Dominion box. You know, I bought it like 2 years ago, I think. And I never really touched those Stormcast Eternals. They were just sitting in the box, collecting dust. So I decided to make a conversion out of them. So we have a full body of the Stormcast Eternal. I added a Goliath head. There is a Goliath arm in here. This is flip around Stormcast Eternal shoulder pad. The giant power fist is from those big 40k battle suits. Then we have regular arm from Goliath again. This is a orcish skull, and this is one of those drums from the Forge Fiends, working as a power pack for him. Yeah, I built one and I decided that I liked the look of them, so I started building more. And this is the second one, probably most completed paint job so far. Again, we have a full body of a Stormcast Eternal without much of a conversion. He even have still the blade. Now, this conversion is kind of wild. This head actually belongs to the hired guns from Necromunda, but it somewhat resembles the what do you call them, Goliath's heads, so I kept it. Then this arm is actually orcish arm with a sloga or whatever it's called. Yeah. Then I throw a shoulder pad, you know, painted this with stripes. Then we have in here again second orcish arm that I cut to size. On top of that I throw a power fist, and this I have no clue where it comes from. It is from somewhere, I don't know, and this comes from, I think, Forge Fiends set, one of them, or something similar. And of course this is the backpack, you know, that I just cut to pieces, and the rest of this backpack is actually on the bottom of this drone. Yeah, it's the jet engines, jet repulsors on this drone. So yeah, this one is probably the most completed paint job. Only things it really requires is a little bit of edge highlighting and it's gonna be done. Now, next one. This one was, I think, my second conversion for my Goliath. So again, the full body of the Stormcast Eternal. I cut out the little tabard or whatever they have in between the legs, put the chains in. Used two Goliath's arms, gave him Eviscerator, Goliath head. This is actually one of the Juice Goliath's heads. This is a harpoon pistol from the Space Marines, and this should be sitting on somebody's front of the leg. But it kind of fitted better, and again I flipped the original Stormcast Eternal shoulder pads to look a little bit different. And they're gonna allow me, to have more of those yellow stripes, which I love. This one is the heaviest conversion so far. I simply have two leftover back pieces from Stormcast Eternals and one front piece which was elaborate with one leg, and that just simply didn't work. So I cut off the top of that piece, glued together two back pieces to create the chest piece, and I use a 3D printed what do you call them now, Ambot Automata leg, yeah, to replace what's supposed to be one of those legs. To fill up the empty space I use a Necron I don't know, what do you call it, loincloth. His arm in here actually belongs to Orc Commando. The bolter is actually from Goliath bikes, and this is a, I think, Cromlech Industry chainsaw. Couple of grenades, to just cover that chest, that back piece that is working as a chest piece. Of course, Goliath head, and in here we have again the squad backpack with this pipe is of course green stuff, and this is one of those magazines from Forge Fins, magazine belts, which tied the piece together, and he actually turned out very well. I'm happy how extremely disbalanced he is towards one side. It just, creates a very, very weird looking mini, which I love. And now again, work in progress, so don't be afraid. This comes from the same box as the Stormcast Eternals. This was Orcish General on some sort of a beast. Yeah, I think it is a warg or, close enough to something like that. So of course I have to remove the rider. I have to fill up the beast from the inside because there was a big gap inside. Then I put a blanket on it, for them to sit. This guy, I have to split him in half. I just gave him in here a little bit of wire to make him more mechanical. And I still want to put a second rider on the back as some sort of a gunner. So it's gonna be one of my wasteland ash waste riders, yeah. And of course, you have mechanical arm. It still requires a lot of work. There's gonna be a lot of conversion being done to this. Then of course, when you're talking about ash wastes, I have bikers. This one is fully built, but I still didn't glue everything together, so I can disassemble it for the painting. It's always better for me to keep it, disassembled. It's just easier for me. And of course I have a second bike, which is still quite a few steps away from being built. So you can see that I still have to build the rider. I have to fill up this gap with the little plates and everything else. Yeah, but that's like about half an hour extra. But again, this one is just held by, wishful thinking mostly together, because I want to have access to the inside to have everything painted, and that's basically why I don't attach this together. In here I knew that wheel gonna cover the most of the back, so I didn't bother not gluing it, but I can still disattach the blades very easily. Yeah, so it is my sub assembly, and now let's talk about the hired guns. So I have a couple of hired guns. All of them are only pistol and knife. I'm gonna get more, but you can see in here one of the hired guns. They are just, some hive scum. There is a second one that kind of would actually fit close enough as a Goliath Juve because of that head. Or it could work as a Escher's Juve. Yeah, either or works. Again, just close combat weapon and one pea shooter. Next one is kind of a Johnny Cage style character with a las pistol and the flail. And of course, following one I have in here with a chainsword and a pistol. It is actually, I think, sawn off shotgun. But yeah, it's look like a female character. It have some sort of a chest here. On top of that, of course, this one gonna be one for my ash waste. I already showed that mini probably about twice or three times. Once I finish, it's gonna be one of my hired guns for the ash waste. And now, what I've been actually waiting for more probably than you. I showed you the box of Goliaths, yeah? It comes with the spruce, of course. There we go, that's brand new spruce, which means that I have a brand new box of Goliaths. Yeah, so that box is empty, but the sprues are here. That's not all, because you know that I couldn't stop myself. And I did spend much more money than I wish. Yeah, but yep. I just roll with this, yeah. So I got this Parental Enforcer Taurus, Venerator, whatever it's called. Yeah, it's basically one of those little not tanks, but buggies, and it's gonna belong to my Goliaths. They're gonna loot it from the Parental Enforcers, even though I do have a force of them. Goliaths come first, yeah. And since I started jumping into the ash wastes, I have to get myself a Atlan Jackals from the Gene Stealer Colts, yeah. So I'm gonna loot all of those vehicles for my Goliath. That's why that box of the 10 is there. And of course, when we are talking about Goliath, I cannot go, and we cannot leave the mechanical horses alone, yeah? So I have Cyber's Riders, whatever they are called, yeah? Cyberus, whatever. Adaptus Mechanicus horsey guys, yeah? So they are lovely looking mechanical horses. I actually got a full box set of the Adaptus Mechanicus. Once I have them painted, I will show them off. Yeah, so I will loot those horses. So I'm gonna have a lot of spare riders. Yeah, believe me, after I finish with the Goliath, there's gonna be a lot of spare minis. So I am on a on a group on Facebook called Random Munda, and the guys in there, out of those walkers, made kind of a ostrich-looking creatures. And I'm just thinking that I can make those little, riders, walkers, whatever they are called, yeah, into rides for my Goliaths. But I'm thinking more along the line of the spotters from a Horizon Zero Dawn. So I will see what I can do with that. Yeah, so far this is just an idea. I don't actually have any Cowder gang, so this is the first time that I ever bought Cowder. But I'm planning to use up all of those miniatures to convert to my Goliath gang. So it's gonna be an interesting journey. If you're interested to come along, please feel free to do so. Yeah, but I think that I talked for long enough. So thank you very much for watching. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please rate, comment and subscribe. Share with your friends, family and whoever else wants to watch it. And everybody have a great day and take care. Bye.